Okay, so TikTok has seen itself become a controversial place over the past 2 years, from Republicans saying it has controversial content that involves drugs and alcohol, to stories about businesses that blow up overnight on the social media app.
But it may not be long for this world after lawmakers have been petitioning to take it off of stores entirely, calling it a matter of national security.
Don Stanley, a social media expert from UW-Madison, joins us now to break all of this down. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So, do lawmakers actually have a good point in terms of national security?
Yes, they actually do. If you look at the number of ways that, the amount of content that can be collected with different social media apps, there's a lot of information that's collected about us. One of the biggest causes of concern is that TikTok is a China-based company that has connections with the Chinese Communist Party. And some of the concerns are what type of content is being fed to people in the West who use TikTok versus people in China. The differences in the algorithm and the content that they're seeing is pretty stark, and it could be pushed and manipulated, and I think that's one of the biggest causes for concerns.
Is that something for people to realize, like when you're watching, you know, the cat videos, the dancing videos, or putting in your information? I mean, you're kind of risking a lot by giving that up.
Absolutely, and that's true of pretty much every social network. But again, one of the unique situations with TikTok is that because China is essentially a geopolitical adversary, there's concern about what they might do with that information and what they can collect on us. So I think it's a unique situation that definitely is we're going to see a lot more about this in the next couple of months.
Yeah. Is there a safe way to navigate with TikTok?
You know, one of the biggest challenges with TikTok, and I think this goes to how the algorithm works in China. If you're 14 and under in China using the TikTok app, you're only allotted 40 minutes a day to use the app. It only runs from 6 a.m., opening hours at 6 a.m., closes at 10 p.m. And what you're fed in that algorithm are information about science experiments, museums, cultural information, things that are pro-Chinese in their sentiment. What you see in the West is very different. And so some of the causes of concern from different experts are like, you're getting the fruits and vegetables version in China. In the West, you're getting the opium version. That can be super addictive, it's never off, and slowly over time, the content that you can see is customized to you. So there could be some concerns about seeing things that might pop up that might be politically divisive.
I think for this particular conversation, Governor Kristi Noem in South Dakota was the first, to my knowledge, to bring this up and ban it in the state for government employees, and other people followed suit. Do you think that policing social media will continue to be a political talking point the next election and further on? Yes,
I think it will. And I think in a lot of ways, if you study the advent of different technologies, whether it's radio or television, these existed, and over time as they were around, regulations came into place because they realized how they could be misused. And I think we're at that place with social media. Next month, Facebook turns 19 years old. It's still relatively new as a technology. So how do we police, and what do we allow, and what do we allow these companies to collect? And then how do we know how those companies are using that content are all things that I think need to be solved regardless of political perspective.
It never goes away.
No, it does not. That's for sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us.